We are going to talk about erotic photo shoot. Okay. And this topic is going to be for couples who would like to book an erotic photo shoot with hot and sexy male model. Because I have a request from the couple, okay, about the Cuckold fantasy shoot, right? And the second part of my life would be about, do I get what I want? Do I get what I want is a current question that I will discuss in adult intimate life, of course. Okay, because I am making erotic fantasies in my adult studio. I create nude photography, erotic photography, and make love scenarios on camera and on film without limitation. What means is that we agree on the shooting plan and we execute it the way you like it, right, with my help. So let me just start from the first email which I'm going to reply today is about erotic photo shoot for a couple with a hot and sexy model. I am going to speak about Cuckold fantasy shoot, and they are related to booking a male model. Most of the time, couples would like to book a specific model, not just any model, right? And that specific model requirement is a huge size. Here, I do not see this requirement mentioned in this email that it has to be a big or a huge size, but they always want that. So I am automatically assume, just through the years of experience, I am automatically assume that they would like the best possible male, masculine and brutal version. Okay, that kind of a erotic photo shoot and videos they expect to shoot. Okay, and let me just read out because this is the husband who contacted me. When husband is contacting me and we are deciding to book a shoot, the next step what I would like him to do is to join us three, his wife, me and him, into a conversation. I don't want her to be left out. So she has to confirm, and we are all adults, that she is aware of what he's planning to do. Okay. It happened to me many times that guy anything and she wasn't even do, like that kind of a thing. But they had a fantasy, they wanted to discuss. And when we bring the wife into actually into a conversation, or they would refuse and disagree, or they even not to come to speak with me. Okay, that kind of a thing. So in this case, there are two options to go about it. If the wife doesn't want to talk to me, the payment goes in front and deposit goes in front, and I can just do discussion and planning without the wife. But deposit is not refundable, never. Okay, at my studio. This is adult services, and that's how adult services work. Okay. So that's how it is. If we pay the model a deposit and then couple want to cancel it, okay, but the model will not give deposit back. That's how it works. Okay, it just the rules like that. So you need to understand this, right? First of all. So hi Julia, I sent an inquiry the other day and you sent the response. Thanks for that. I'm looking for a shoot on the first weekend in May if possible. I think the cost will help me to decide if we want to do this. I'd prefer watching, but my wife prefers me not to being, so we could do that instead and I just watch the finished product. Well, that I don't understand what that means. I'd prefer watching. The thing is that there are two types of models, okay? And he is responding to my reply, okay? When there is a Cuckold fantasy shoot, there are two types of models which are available. One type of model who would like to have like a threesome experience, okay, and be together with a husband, it's okay. But the other type of model doesn't want any husband involved in the set. Okay. They're okay him to watch from a corner, or be in a changing room or sit in a car or whatever he would do, go for a walk. Okay. So that is two types of models. Okay. One type of guys, they are getting turned on and excited when there is a husband nearby. And the other type of the model, they feel confused, or maybe how to say, the performance will be affected. Okay, so they're not so hard on, and that is why they don't want the husband will be next to them. Okay, so here I asked him which type of the cuckold fantasy shoot that would be, what they have in mind, and he said that I'd prefer watching. So it will be a watching cuckold fantasy shoot, but my wife prefers me not being, so we could do that instead. So basically, the wife feels insecure, maybe having her husband so distant and only being one to one with a model on set. Okay, that's what I understand here. So that we could do that instead, and I just watch the finished product. Ah, she don't want him to be there at all. And they could watch only the finished product, which it means that the shoot happened. So he would not be even in the studio. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying here. So here is the wife who doesn't want him even to be there. So she would like to go for an adventure with a hot and sexy model. They would arrive here together to the studio. She will get ready, the model will arrive, okay, and then the husband would leave. And then we will happen, we will process the shoot. Everything will happen. Okay, we will create a content. And only then he will be able to see what actually happened, mm, while I was shooting with this model, right? So that's what it is. Okay. I'd like the detail of her reaction. Okay, so he would like me to take all the details, and it means that he would like me to focus on every reaction that she has when she's being with another man. That's the Coco fantasy shoot about. Of her reaction to everything, especially penetration, especially when the shoot will escalate to the make love scenario. Okay, so basically, he do not want her to watch her while he's touching her. Okay, very much her reaction. Okay, while they meet, while they do something, because I do a lot of testing stuff, right, together. The woman usually, when she comes to a Kogol fantasy shoot, is nervous. Okay, and it's not just you going straight away to penetration. I am creating a quality content, and every person needs a warm up to understand what's happening, to get into the vibe, to get into the mood. Okay, erotic photo shoot is about feeling it. Okay, and when you're feeling stress and nervous, you can be on a sexual, level. But nervousness and excitement is okay. Okay, so that's very important, how the person feels, not just to lay down the woman, penetrate her, just do that and then go. This is not what is, about. It's about how she feels, what is her experience. She's doing this first time. Okay, she's preparing, she's mentally have to be ready to actually create this for herself, and of course for her husband, right? So I'd like the detail of her reactions to everything, especially penetration. Okay, to everything. Okay, so it's from the beginning, right? Okay, so detail of her reaction to everything, especially penetration. That is noted. I'd like shots of her being penetrated without a protection and stretch out the first time with her reaction. Okay, so he would want a specific settings and specific reactions created there. And usually, you see, when I create erotic photo shoots, I don't shoot very much of the face. Okay, it's not about shooting her reactions. Okay, it's about actually creating close up. Okay, close up, body to body situations, and of course, make love scenes. Now, what he is asking me to include her face in all of those scenes, okay? Usually I go there or I go there, you see? But here I would be creating scenes where he could see her reactions, okay? So that's kind of opposing. It's already will be implied, so that there will be a private part in the shot, in the frame, as well as her face included, okay? And that is slightly different. Usually when women do that, they prefer not to be in the face, with the face, okay? So that is something what is here requested. That would make a good give. So he wants to make gifts with his wife, having erotic scenes with the model, with hot and sexy model. We would like a passionate yet simple session with oral and crampy if possible. And then he is going into details, okay? But I can tell you, because we all now, family here at my channel, I am just sharing scenarios what couples, would like to create. And I'm very honest with you. I'm just reading out the email, you see? So I'm reading out and I'm discussing at the moment Cuckold fantasy shoot, okay? And I am creating them in my private London studio. And this is dripping shot, okay? Dripping shot of a vagina, okay, of her pussy. We would like it to look like an amateur, real situation with lots of sexual energy. So you see, we would like it to look like amateur and very real situation and with lots of sexual energy. Okay, so when I show someone my work, they will say, "Oh, this is too professional." So to make it look like an amateur, okay, there is like special ways you can do it. Okay, you can actually add another camera, and you can just put that camera on the tripod. Okay, that's the amateur shooting. Okay, and then with another camera, okay, you just moving around and doing different kind of tricks, to add this like a lift to the whole scene. So an amateur, I would be walking with the camera, putting her there, and there, and there. That's what I would do, right? But with another camera, of course, you see, the closer you get, the better it gets. That's how it is. But amateur situation, when you are not using a professional equipment, okay, or you are using a tripod because you are not able to film yourself during that moment, or if you're able to film yourself, there is a certain limitations out there. Because you see, when people are making love in general, right, and they are going into the height of that sexual energy, okay, I have to change my vocabulary from this moment. Okay. And words like corn, it will be a very popular word, because in other words, there will cause me this life to stop. So what I was just saying, a lot of energy, right? So when you're going and climbing your energy and vibration up, right, you're losing yourself. Okay, normally people are not able to film when they are in that state. Okay, so that means that if you are filming and when you are still in the control, when you are making love, you're losing control. Okay, you're going to a different dimension. It's a different level of energy. When people are make love and filming at the same time, they are in control of themselves. They are not climbing the highest, and they are not in that energy vibration. It's not possible. It's just not possible. You see, it's so much not possible. Like I say, for example, people want to create an erotic photo shoot, okay, sensual photo shoot, right? And then they are very scared and nervous. They're anxious and freaking out in front of the camera, like, paranoid. Okay, it's not going to be very hot. It's just simple because they are in a negative vibration. And negative vibration is another side of being confident and hot. It's like different side, different pole. It's like, you know, north and south, different poles, So people who are in a hot and confident state, right, they own it. They are not scared, they're not shy, and they're not embarrassed. You see, it's a totally different energy vibration. And what attracts people, right, it's that higher vibration. So when you are absolutely scared on the lower vibration, you can't be, hot and sexy. Unless, there is a different content that you create and you make that person to feel this way, and that's, different kind of fetishes created that way, and perversions, I would say, right? That's, the different. I'm talking about normal. Yeah, normal make love scenes. So people have to be in a certain vibration, right? So that I would be able to capture those reactions. Okay, this is not only requirements to have a photo shoot, adult event, and a cuckold fantasy. It's a requirement to create these reactions, but real, amateur, not staged, right? And that is putting people in a certain situation, putting people in a certain positions that is going to be new, okay, and excited. That's what turns the husband on, is her reactions, how she is surprised, and how much she's enjoying this. So the photo shoot where she's not surprised and she's not enjoying, it's not gonna work. And the place where she's not enjoying, it's a lower vibration place, you know. So imagine how good has to be a model. You understand? For this cohort fantasy shoot, there are always expectations, high expectation for models, high expectations. And the man has to be to say, women nowadays, when they book a model, they will like the whole package. Okay, so he has to be intelligent, he has to, to seduce her, he has to have an amazing body, okay, the health check, the huge size, handsome, okay, very respectful, really hot and sexy, that she could not, take her hands off. There is a huge package to follow, you know. It's not going to be just someone who just pop in, walking on the street and just pop in. That's why these photo shoots, what I'm reading you, and expectations are very high for this type of scenario. Yes, expectations are very high. Maybe a simple video with a few gifts or a key moments. That is the request from a couple. So a simple video, it means that no post production, no editing. Okay, which is this time when we shoot and then later go into editing. It's most time consuming. Okay, and they want to avoid that. Okay, which is possible. And then they want to choose the key moments to get a gift. Okay, gifts. Alternatively, it would be good to know cost if we would just did an amateur couple session together instead without the model. Okay, so at the end, the question was this: how much it cost to shoot with the model, and how much it cost to shoot with themselves, with the couple, right? So I can tell you straight away, okay? Couple shoot and shoot with the hot and sexy model, it priced as a couple shoot as well, okay? For me, it is identical price because there are two people in there involved. Couple shoot together, two people, or she is shooting with a model, it's also two people. Okay, so that's a couple shoot and that's a couple shoot. The only difference is, and the price add-on is on the model. And the model would need to know what is included in the shoot, what exactly he's doing. And here they listing requirements. The only one is the requirement which they don't want to use a condom, and and it's going to be a boyfriend experience, and an escort service, okay, from the model. So that's the requirement, okay. And when the couple is booking, a couple is booking, but actually the woman is arriving to the studio, or the woman is in the studio shooting with a model, I will price it as a couple shoot, okay, the same. For me, there is no difference. Of course, there is a difference in general, okay? These are two people who know each other, right? In general, in terms of energy. Two people are very easy to create a spark and a connection, okay? They know each other well, right? When there is a wife and a model, okay, it's a different energy. You would feel straight away it's different. I'm not saying that they cannot create a spark, and I'm not saying that they would fail in any way to perform, okay, action shots. Okay, I'm not saying that. So, in terms of outcome, when you look at the video or when you look at the photography, you will think, here is make love scenario and here is make love scenario. But believe me, in terms of energy and how this process going, is two different shoots. People create a totally different energy in both scenarios. And of course, if everything is matters, the energy matters the most. Okay? With the blind eye, you would say, no, and here she is with husband, and there she is with husband. You could say this, right? If you don't know this. But when I'm shooting with people here, okay, I can feel that they don't know each other. I can feel how they touch. I can feel what's happening. Okay. It's a totally different energy for Eros. Eros factor is different. Okay. And I'm not saying that it's going to be worse or it's going to be better. Okay. It's just going to be absolutely different shoot. Okay. But like I say, I will price for two people. The only difference is that the model will get his fees. Okay. And they will pay for the model, for model hiring service, because they're asking to do that. They're asking me to do that, right? And then they will pay a model's fee, okay, for the service which he will be performing with his wife in front of the camera. That's the difference, okay? In terms of the pricing at my studio with the photo shoots, I've created 3 different types. Okay, before I was just giving the best package, okay, the best package which included everything, because that's what I thought people want today. Okay. And then I made this video live about the budget erotic shoots. Okay. And it was so popular. Huge, you know, the huge interest. Okay. And then I realized this thing. Okay. That I can offer them the raw shoot, the raw files. Okay. And I don't need to go into any post production or editing mode. Okay. They just can get those, you know, after they shoot. Because very often I can tell you what happens. I have a menu at my studio website. Okay. And that menu has the selections. Okay. And different section means different thing. For example, makeover is recommended for Cuckold fantasy shoots. I recommend every woman to have a bespoke makeover because she would look wow amazing, unless she knows how to make her makeup. But now look, I'm shooting her reactions. If she is very high standard lady, right? And there are women who are very, insecure and don't like the way they look, they need that preparation to evaluate this in a different way. They need to look immaculate, perfect, right? There are perfectionists. I can tell you there are. Okay. So they need a makeover service. Okay. And then through that makeover service, for me personally, how to say, it's a waste of time, waste of my studio time. Okay, because they doing this makeover 1 or 2 hours. Okay, but what it does is it changes her. changes the way she looks, changes the way she feels about herself. It does. And it changes the way she's presenting herself. Okay. So that is why I have a longer shoot. Okay. Because just the preparation comes for 2 hours. Okay. Let's be realistic here. So there is a makeover service, right? There is a photography service, there is a video service, and there is an editing service, right? And people usually choose or photography or video. And that's what they would calculate in their budget. And it do not occur to them that this is a footage which is created in the studio, has to be processed. You see, edited. When people go online on social media, they look into the photography or videos, they all edited. And that's how they think it comes out from the camera straight away. When I can take a picture here, for example, right, on TikTok, I can take a picture. I can put a filter straight away, and it will be edited already. But when you're shooting with professional cameras, they are so stupid. They did not figure it out yet, okay? That people want now not raw images, but filtered, okay? I just cannot wait that the Canon or Sony will produce the DSLR with the filters included, okay? Because that's the next step for photography. No one cares anymore about raw files, okay? Yes, these are raw. Yes, you can later with the software and the photography and the video, it's a different softwares to start with, okay? You need to learn photography. It's a totally different dimension, and the video is a totally different dimension, right? But everyone wants edited because that's just like, it's just norm. Before it was just for the models, for the glamour models, for the glamour magazines, for the Vogue. Before it was not norm, okay? You would see the celebrity, they would have edited pictures, and you would think that you can never afford or allow it. Now it is normal, okay? Now every shop has an app. Every shop, every, Android or iPhone shop has an app, and you can shoot through this app, and you can already get an edited photos. You see? So they do not include post production, but what they want to get is a professional finish. So the standards are very high when it comes to receiving content, what they want, right? But they do not realize that to edit this content when you shoot the whole day, it takes 3-5 days, and they have to pay for it. It doesn't come from the studio expense. So that's something what people have to understand, that the finished product, the polished product, takes time to create, and it doesn't come from the Sony camera. No, it doesn't. Okay, so for those who are absolutely not aware that these gadgets are not created yet, okay, seriously, they're not, they're not available to buy. No, these apps, how to say, only valid on the phone. And if you do a photo shoot on the phone, that is possible. You can get straight away edited pictures. Okay, when you're shooting on the raw format with your Canon or Nikon or Sony, there are no edited pictures straight away coming out. There are no. It's not possible. Okay, so for someone who doesn't know yet, right? And in one sense is good, because you see, when you go into post-production mode, you have million variations to edit that and enhance, millions, because the sky is the limit there. So for my pricing options, there are 3 shoots available. One which gives the raw images and the shoot itself, okay, and you need just for your event 1 day to prepare and to shoot it, and then the next day to check the files, load them, of course, convert them, resize them, okay, clean the file, okay, and then load, create the gallery, create the link, and deliver raw files into JPEGs, right? That's the first way, which is a basic option. The second option is a preparation and the shoot with the basic editing, Okay, and basic editing, it means that you taking just certain things to edit. Okay, cleaning up the file, for example, just color correction, just little bit of the airbrush. No, nothing heavy or nothing deep. Okay, that's just a superficial service. But when I deliver all the images, and that means that I'm shooting not 5, not 10, I am delivering 300 pictures, 500 pictures, 1,000 pictures. Okay, and the same with the videos, right? That's how it goes. Okay, so then you need 1 to 3 days to create the whole gallery. Okay, to load that gallery, upload on the cloud, and create the link, then send to clients, and that is also takes time. Okay, so 1 to 2 days is for photography, and if people would like add also a videos, another day for a video files and video gallery to create and load. Okay, that's how it works. And the third option is premium, and it means photo shoot fantasy with the post production. So if before, for example, I was doing some editing, and editing is a very limited service, post production is the service when you, before you even shooting, you already including in your head, in your mind, what kind of the editing you will apply, how it should look. You see what I'm saying? So it's a different approach. And of course, you would polish it and you would deliver it to the professional looks. Okay. And there are people who would like to look on point, seriously on point, have their own great, the best shot, galleries selected, then have amazing reels, amazing gifs, okay, hot and sexy movie created for them, right? Edited with music, audio effects, and transitions, and all kind of stuff, right? So that's another project which usually takes between 5 to 7 days. Okay, so coming back to a pricing situation, when people look into the photo shoot pricing and then they see, okay, I want to shoot 1 or 2 hours, then that will be it, you know, then the event realistically to receive a finished product lasts, between 1 to 7 days. That's how it goes, so that's how I would define these things, right? Let me just say hi, hello. And when I say hi, hello, I'm also able to answer questions. Okay. And this life is about photo shoots for couples, and they are inquiring and asking about the male model. Okay. So I can take questions about the male model and Cuckold fantasy shoot. Okay. And let me just quickly scroll up and say hi, hello. Hi, hello, and I'll just see who I see here. Hi, hello. What's up, Barbie? What's up, Barbie? You know how old is Barbie thing? You know how old is Barbie? And what amazing is about the Barbie is that they created a Ken. Okay, and I believe that's very fair, in industry and in business, because there was just Barbies and then they created a Ken. When we speak about Victoria's Secret, someone said there is no Victor's Secret, it's not fair. Okay, so that's all what I can comment you about. Right, I don't know if they're old Barbies there, they're all very young, so that's another thing which I would mention. Hi, hello, hi, hello. You are like a sunshine in a human form. Sunshine, sunshine. Thanks for your compliment, sunshine. Sunshine is someone, who is waking you up. Okay, so maybe that's how you see this perception that I am trying to wake people up a little bit. Right, sunshine. Lol, I definitely could. I don't know what you could. Would you say I am a good size? Okay, would I say I can tell you the only place where the sizes matter is fantasy photo shoot for women, okay, when the man would like to share his wife, okay, and it's important for men, okay, and it's important for that woman as well. That's the only place where I know that the size matters. Okay, when we create other photo shoots like a threesome, with girls or couples photo shoot, the size does not really matter. More experience and the level of energy that the couple can create. So that's what I would say. Can warm her up. It will be not good time. Well, for you, maybe it's not so important, okay? But the longer I live, the more I realize that there are more and more men who would like to see women turn on, okay? Turn on. And I believe that we already came to that point that this factor is very important, okay? And so I can tell you when she is nervous, okay, everything is constricted, okay, she can't release the certain energy, right? So erotic photo shoots with hot and sexy models is something what makes women worry, okay, like seriously worry. And I would say the bravest would commit and the bravest would come, because I heard so many men asking about this, inquiring about this, that you can't even imagine, okay, and they do have this fantasy. And most of them, majority of them, don't even share their fantasy with their wives, okay. So like I say, I already know that the wife doesn't know, you see, she doesn't know anything, but he is okay to write me stories, emails, scenarios, okay, just waste my time, okay, about his fantasy, because he doesn't have anyone to talk to about it and to share. And I absolutely understand. That is why I've created this live. Everyone who wants to talk about their fantasy, here we go. This is their chance, okay. They can share their ideas and, how to say, their wishes for this to happen, right? But usually the fantasy world is a fantasy world, and it does not leave your mind. Okay, most of the time that's what happens. Okay, and that is just created in your head. So Cuckold fantasy photo shoot is not an exception. Okay, like in other fantasies, people just fantasize about this, and a woman would never agree. That's what they ask me, what I should do so that she would consider, that she would, agree, that she would like to try, and so on. This is up to them. Of course, I can advise if I will be asked again and again. But at my studio, I did this limitation. I do not discuss any fantasy scenarios. I do not go into any work, you know any work prior, okay, the deposit is not received. You see, that's what I do here at the studio now. People would really want to commit to the shoot, they need to send the deposit first, okay, and then the things would happen for them, okay. Otherwise, their fantasies that they're thinking about and they want to discuss about will stay their fantasies, okay, and that's, it's up to them, right? It's up to them. You are so beautiful. Thank you for compliment. Your voice is smooth, host. It's not smooth enough. Okay, I'm very critical to myself. But it took me years, okay? It took me years to actually reach that stage. So that is why I'm quite relaxed about it. Okay. When I would watch my videos, I would change many things, you see, but I think I'm not experienced enough, so the work is in progress. I'm absolutely glad that I'm able at least express myself in English that people understand, okay. That's already an achievement. An achievement that they can understand what I'm talking about, okay. So thank you for your compliment. You see, people, when they look at themselves, okay, usually in a photo shoot, they criticize themselves, and some critic is honest, you see, and some critic is overstaged. You know, I know myself, and I know that can be other ways, right? Can be other ways. I sound to myself little bit bossy. You see, little bit bossy, but I can tell you, in my studio, I'm very bossy. You know, I'm very bossy. So that's probably why when I discuss my work. Okay, hello, beautiful lady. Hi, hello, hi, hello. Are you teaching something? Am I teaching something? Always? Always in the back of my mind, there is a teaching in one thing only. Okay, I discuss erotic energies. Okay, and people grow up with erotic energies, and adult fantasies are related only with that erotic energy. And my studio create erotic photo shoots for adults. Okay, and people, lie mostly about their sexuality and about their fantasies. You see what I'm talking about? So I'm discussing that, the topic which is probably mysterious, maybe secret, maybe dangerous for someone. When people are expressing their eros energy, their sexuality, they're expressing their adult identity, who they are. You know what they're saying? Tell me what is your fantasy, and I can tell you who you are, more or less. You see? That's why they're afraid to share. The only exclusion what I would give it over here, okay, and uh, is this: we all have traumatic experiences, unpleasant experiences, negative experiences in our life when we were growing up, not necessarily related to our intimacy, in general life experiences. What adult fantasy does is it repairs you emotionally. Okay, somewhere where you've been um, put down or hurt. Okay, erotic fantasy will fix this. Okay, and it will change, it will twist things for you. And there in your fantasy in adult world, you are already winning or in control, or you deciding how it's going to be and so on. So erotic fantasy, it's a therapy. You see? And intimacy is also a therapy. And yesterday I was talking about intimate touch, and the touch is like a therapy, right? And that's what I discuss here, because erotic photo shoots are all about intimacy, you see, and the feeling inside of you, and repairing. Okay, repairing your blocks, repairing your traumas. Because when people are shooting and undressing in front of the camera, all the files that been stored and embodied in you, okay, they're coming out through the thoughts and through the actions, through the through the feelings, and what the body is doing, and to start with, everyone is doing something what they are not even planning to do, you know because their spaceship or their suit they're in is repairing. mm? And only professional models who work their way, who understand themselves, who are connected to their body, they can straight away arrive to the studio, undress, and create an amazing and hot and sexy photo shoots. And today I was discussing with one couple who shot with me before, and they carried on. It was a mature couple. Okay, and they were interesting to explore more and more intimacy, and they contacted me because the wife, would like to try herself in adult model position, that they're a little bit bored, and she would like to join couples or men for erotic photo shoots. Okay, it's like a cuckold woman situation. Okay. And I can tell you, she did a lot of pictures after me as well. And emotionally, she is ready, right? But every picture that I look or I see, right, it has a contraceptive face. You know what that means? That there are so many emotions that are embodied that it wasn't processed yet. Okay. And the models which are higher, I higher, or clients higher, they don't have a contraceptive phase. They are full of desire, full of want, full of, how to say, passion, full of excitement, full of, sexuality and hotness. It's opposite of contraceptive phase. Okay. That's what I work with, right? So some women, when they've been stiff and limited in their lives, they just carry on this contraceptive phase, no matter how much she would, try. And of course, these experiences will change that. That I can guarantee. So she's on the right way. It's just who would pay for the contraceptive phase? I'm being honest here. Why would I? And again, adult business is that kind of a business that she will find her unique clients. And I said to him that they need to make those shoots and put the content online and do it independently, because here at my studio everyone wants to hire a hot and sexy escort, who is bursting with sexual energy. So she's full of sexuality, but her face is not showing that. It's not showing that. So she would attract a specific person who would like a housewife from the next door, a neighbor, stuff, or a cuckold wife fantasy, okay, with non an escort. Because there are people who would say, no, I don't like corn, I don't want to do like corn, and that's what they would choose, okay. But that's minority situation, right? So that's what I'm teaching. I am providing adult information for people who would like to become adults in adult energy. Now, what I'm saying, there's people who would like to become an adult energy. There are adults who vibrate in a child's energy, and child's energy is always scared, nervous, anxious, and doubting, okay, cannot take any decisions, and have no money and relationship. Okay, there are adults who live in this vibration, okay, and they are in their level of evolvement. And how to say, everyone here on earth will go through the stages of evolvement. And some, some are absolutely in a great relationship and in a great financial state, enjoying their life and rocking the situation, and some not, and some not, okay, and some not. So that's what I'm saying, okay. Sexual energy and erotic energy really matters for adult life, okay. Really matters for adult life and relationship, sustain and relationship. I see the vision. Good, good, good. You're not blind then if you see the vision. I used to be quite a stud in my younger days. Good. It is already adult position when people coming out and stating the fact. Okay, it's quite brave. So good you can admit publicly. Everyone can read your text. I am reading this out. Okay. Yes, this is how to say, this is a popular fantasy. Okay. And like I say, every fantasy, I'm not here to judge anyone. I am just expressing and explaining the situation that people processing their emotions, okay, and working on their adulthood in the way they can, okay, and their spaceship, their machine they're in, requires this type of process, okay, and they want to have another man into the couple system, invite another man into the couple system, so that they would together be able to elevate their relationship to a next level, okay. Not necessarily they have to be in crisis, okay. They're just looking for something new. They're maybe missing, maybe they're not missing, okay, maybe they're missing themselves. You see, very often people think that they're missing something in their partners, okay, that's why they want to. No, not necessarily. They can miss something in their partners, but they can miss something in themselves too, you see. And that's how they can find it again, that feeling. Okay, let me just see. 11 messages. She fine, I am accent. Okay, you are the most exquisite person I've ever seen. You have not seen much then, but thank you. I know how to use my tools in those days. Oh, it feels like memory. I know how to use tools in those days. And what about now? Okay, what about now? Okay, in the reality, to remember those days is really great, but the life is happening today, right now, and I'm talking to you today. So tell me how you feel today. Okay, how is your sexual energy? That's a very, very big topic. Okay, big topic. I think I am that person. I can tell you one thing maybe you should know. Okay, when creating erotic photo shoot, and I'm doing this for quite some time, I'm doing adult events for 20 years, I learned to switch my energy off completely. Okay, and I found myself in a serious trouble because I have realized that, it's like a plug. You can just switch yourself off. We all have this energy mechanism built in, and we all can switch in and switch off, right? You know that? Good. So I found myself off just because of the job I'm doing. Okay. It's like, it's like the, how to say, a Vogue chef. When he's cooking, he has painful wrists. The Vogue chef, that's kind of a thing. So I'm thinking that this is the situation what the professionals will go into. Okay, because I am intent to switch off my sexuality in these moments, and in general, don't forget to put it on. You see, so is the game with me. Okay, that is the game with me. But I'm giving another chance, a second chance in life. Okay, and that is why I've started this lives. Okay, which will change. Which will change. I will be discussing this sexuality things more and more, because everything what happened in my studio was just locked and locked and locked and locked, inside of me, and I wasn't sharing. Okay, that's what happens. You see, sexuality is something what you share with other people. You show. When the sexuality isn't present, doesn't mean. You see, sexuality and intimacy, they're related. There's a very small part of it, right? But erotica, it's much bigger. Erotica is much bigger. I don't have to be undressed, waving with my genitalia here to express my erotic energy. you know that's what I'm practicing now. The reason why you shut down, because you would keep in danger yourself. you know if my sexuality will be on and people will be shooting, I would be approached in a different way. And when it's absolute wall, okay, no one even think to do something, or somewhere. It's you see, there is a reason why, okay, women are very rare birds in this profession. Do you know many women who create erotic photo shoots, photography and video without limitation? You see, that's the reason why, and there is a technical thing, related to it. How is your sexual energy? But in general, my sexual energy is always on top. You see, I use sexual energy to perform and teach people. Most of the time, people will come in my studio when they off. And when it comes to teaching other people, it's like that. It's like that. I don't even need to do anything. You see? That's why I went into teaching and learning to process all the files that I've already collected over the years, and bring a new stream of energy inside me. You see what I'm doing? So I'm coming live and I'm sharing my experience, what is related with erotic energy, and I'm cleaning myself because it's been too long holding in and not breathing out. That's with erotic energy. But when it comes to a shoot, when people are shooting there, I will show them the best ways how to be sexy and what to do about it in a certain situation. So that's how it is. What makes you happy? What makes me happy? You know what makes me happy? In reality, I just very recently find out myself, you know, being honest to myself, you see, and understanding the world, what's happening with you, reading all the science. And of course, you know what is the most, what makes me happy? To listen to the universe orders. The universe is constantly telling me that I have to go into the archive and I have to edit all my art and put photography and videos out there for a public and make a galleries. And every morning I will receive this information. I wake up with this. It's like a call, you know? And I'm really happy that I can hear it every day. And every day I say I will do it. You see? So that's what makes me happy, to be able to listen to what I should do. I was looking for this profession, what I am doing, right? For many years, I did not know it exists. That's why I couldn't find it, you see? But when I arrived to London, I've changed my medical career and become an artist. And specifically, I started shooting glamour models, escort models, and that's, my relationship was under a pressure, and I started shooting couples, and couples, created me that vision, that understanding that there are really happy couples. And I shot more and more, understanding that people living an amazing life together, that they don't have to be, suffering and stuff, right? So it gave me a boost to the future, and I'm doing this by now, and I'm going on my path. How amazing is that I'm not lost. And every day it makes me happy to live my life, and knowing that I'm coming closer to what I want, why I'm here, you see. So that's the big thing for me. That's the big thing. But there are people who don't know what they should do. And I find out this only through sexuality, shooting erotic photography. You see? Only, I don't know, my probably system got cleaned and I just started seeing things in a different way. And when I arrived to London, I can tell you, I came with a very small suit luggage and with the borrowed money. Because at the hospital what I worked in, I couldn't even save. And I spent so many years learning medicine, and when I realized that after dedicating so much life, for me it was like a long time, I need to dedicate another 10 just to get somewhere. I was so pissed off, I left everything, you know? I was disappointed, right? So I left everything, and it led me to this future, to the life that I have right now, you know? So that's what it is. And it is related to erotic energy, because when people start risking, you see, when they start risking, that's when they feel on the edge. Okay. And that's what is related to adulthood. Eros energy is taking a risk. You see? So that's what it is. I hope I answered your question. There are more other things. Okay. There are more other things. In reality, what makes you happy has to be this answer. Okay, because now I've just expressed myself through my profession, and people doing many mistakes like I do. I worked on my life and that was my priority. Okay, but in the reality, there has to be a balance in all of your roles that you are taking in, and it has to be one about you. Like at the moment, I am the woman, right? So everything what is feminine and woman related, right? Then relationship, okay? Then health, right? And then money. And in all of them, Eros energy takes the main key role. You see? And you cannot lift yourself up if there is one corner is dragging you down. It's like a house on the four corners. And for men, it's the same. For men, you, like individual men, and then your relationship, your profession, right? Profession related, with money and your health. It could be in a different way order. It doesn't matter. There are four equal stones. That's when person is absolutely happy. When it's balancing that, you know, balancing that. So what I left with is with one corner. I left with one corner. You see, and everyone has this. One or the other corner is dragging them down. You know. So to find my next partner, because my partner died last year, to find my next partner, I have to change my energy. To change my energy, I have to clean myself. And going live and talking about erotic and erotic photo shoot, this is how I do it. You know? And everyone has a different way to do it. But in this way, I'll boost my social life and I boost my presence, okay? And I boost, of course, my career. And of course, maybe I'll boost my personal life. So it's doing one bold move, just every day changing your routine instead of the hiding. And because I came from the family where intimacy was, shameful thing, you know? Intimacy and everything was related. And I believe majority of people grown up like that. So that's why I am talking about this in an absolutely different sense. Okay, in a different sense, it's more like people have to come to their senses to understand why they need it and what it does for human body and what it does for a human mental state, psychological state, and of course energy, emotional state, spiritual state. There are so many dimensions, and many systems like a puzzle combined, and they all combined with the erotic energy because we are in adult. We are that's it. We're grown up. We're going to be adults till the end. You see? Okay, let me go to another question very quickly. Okay, someone is saying me hello in Russian. English is my fourth language, but I speak fluently Russian too. And someone thinks that I'm Russian. No, I'm not Russian. My language is a Sanskrit. Okay. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. It's not therapy. It's not therapy. People can think what they want. Adults are allowed to think exactly what they want. Okay. There are an evolution. An evolution, and people who are not agreeing, objecting, constantly in conflict with something, they in a process. They're just in a process. There is no right or there is no wrong. There are different ways of people's therapy. People see things. It's the biggest and the most popular processor. Your eyes. You are not able to see yourself in any other way but in a mirror or in the other person reflection when it's responding and reflecting, mirroring you. That's the only way. People try to go to therapy and listen to the words. You see? And the therapy, when they listen to the words, it lasts really long time and it's not so much effective. If that would be so much effective, then all the couples will be already reunited. Okay. And I don't know, 20, 30 maybe years ago, one Canadian lady already proven scientifically that photography has another section as a phototherapy. Okay, so it's already been proven, a little bit too late. Okay, if you want, I can tell you her name. Okay, so we can start from that. Good morning, beautiful. Your eyes so nice. I feel more hearing you. I want you to. Do you dream about it? Everyone dreams. Your brain designed to dream for a reason because it's processing information. And you have fantasies to repair your negative, unpleasant experiences, as well as pleasant too. You know, that's how the repair happens, right? So everyone has an operational brain, and operational brain delivers by processing a visual content. And photography is that content which delivers visual matters, you see, and videos, of course, right? 360, sorry to interrupt. Are you a doctor? The answer is yes. Okay, hey, beautiful. What are you wearing? What am I wearing? I am wearing my clothes. Gorgeous woman, thank you. Hello, hello, Bench. Those sleeps great. Okay, so I have finished for today. Today I was talking about Cuckold fantasy shoot. Okay, and Cuckold fantasy shoot is about men sharing their woman. Okay, husband would like their wife to have an encounter, an erotic adventure, an adult event, including make love scenarios with hot and sexy models. Okay, and there are two ways to go about it. Okay, one way is to do a private shoot, and the other way is to do a business shoot. Okay, and the private shoot is when they're doing for their own entertainment. Okay, for their own uh, expressions, playfulness, and excitement and desires. Right? They doing it for their own reasons. Another is, which I was talking today with one couple, is to do it for business. So they want to have a Cuckold fantasy shoot with the other man, okay, to make business, to make money. The wife is coming to the studio to have encounters with the man who would book her, or she's doing erotic photo shoot with the models and then putting this content online to make money. Okay, so regardless of where you go, you will be making money. Okay, that's how it is. The difference with those both making money options is that in one way you have a limited income, right? The number of photo shoot you create, right? That would be your income. In the other option, when you are performing with the model and then you are selling or uploading your files, your adventures with the hot sexy models to the website, adult website, and selling previews, memberships, that gives you unlimited, okay, income. That's the option, and that's the difference. Okay, but now I shot couples who would like to have make love scenarios with models. One type is just they make for themselves and upload it online, and the other one is when they want to hire a bull model, a muscular, hot and sexy guy, to create this type of content so that they can sell later together. Okay, and both parts of this couple are absolutely interested. okay, and excited to have this type of adventures and photo shoot. This couple that I've discussed today, they told me that they are bored. They are bored and they want something new in their lives, and that's something, to work on. The husband would be a manager, you see, and the woman would be a performer. Here we go. We're living in 2025, and everyone can do whatever they want. Okay, even the married couples can find their ways to go forward. Okay, what size? What? Okay, let me just fix. What size are your feet? We have a feet fetisher. Feet fetisher. You can ask this. You can ask this for adult models. Okay, you're a little bit confused. Okay, I'm a photographer and I am talking today about the Cuckold fantasy photo shoot. And the question, what size are your feet, is irrelevant. Okay, absolutely. So at this point, I would like to finish. Okay, to finish and say goodbye to everyone who was watching. It was nice having you. If you see me next time, I can encourage you to be more braver and ask more questions. I do answer personal questions as well. Okay, I don't like when people are measuring me. Okay, this is not their business, I believe. Right? Because you see, when you start measuring someone, you're thinking about something else. Right? So, models, of course, they've been measured. And if people were interested to know the size of the model, the height of the model, and other details included, that of course will be provided. The model has you see, no objection to that. Okay, they have no reason to hide. They are getting paid for selling their body. Okay, that's the reason why they hiring a model, so that the model to sell their body and provide a certain services. Okay, when people hiring a photographer, right, they can ask me what kind of the camera I shoot with, okay, about the props, about the backgrounds, okay, about the services, okay, about the scenarios, about many things, right. That would be okay. But other questions I would just normally will decline. Okay. Thank you so much and I see you later. Bye.